Jesus, it has been a hot minute since we read a Dr. Everett Man SCP. This one was a while ago. This one was a very long while ago. The last one we read from Dr. Everett Man was, I'm double checking. Yep, was 2259. Almost 1,000 SCPs ago. It's been almost 1,000. Damn. Like around. Yeah, it's almost like 900. It's like more closely than almost 900 than almost 1,000. Still, it's both. Both are true. Both are true. 2259. Which one was that? 2259. 2259. Here we go. Oops. Oh, yeah, it was a fish tank that gave birth to a human baby. Oh my god. I completely forgot about that one. Yeah. I hope Sippy gives me like what the hell did you just say? Yeah, I know. The moment I asked for it, I was like, I hope I see a text, and all I see was like, what the fuck? It's so funny. It's so funny to like tell SCPs that like a new viewer has never heard of before. Like the fact, like there's like, as we see, 3,000 of these fuckers that CP has never heard of. So sometimes just being like, oh yeah, the fish tank that gave birth to a human child. Like, duh, of course, naturally. What else is there to say? That was the last one we have from Dr. Everett Man. So now we have the title is called Wouldn't It Be Chilly? Wouldn't it be chilly? Chili's baby back ribs. Oh, highly rated. Okay, Dr. Everett Man. We haven't heard from you in a while, so let's get to it. Officer Class Euclid. Special containment procedures. SCP-3114 is held in a 3 meter by 7 meter enclosure surrounded by reinforced steel with impact glass windows for observation. A smaller 1 meter by 2 meter cell is attached to contain SCP-3114 when its enclosure needs to be entered for maintenance, enrichment, or inspection. When SCP-3114 needs to be moved from one section to another, a projection of a human subject will be displayed on a wall in the desired area. Once SCP-3114 attacks the projection, the door will be closed. No personnel are to enter SCP-3114 enclosure outside of approved testing procedures. Sounds like a nice title. Hope it's not too chilly, so that was bad, yeah. You were absolutely correct. You weren't even doing a pun. You just used the word again. You just used the part of the title. SCP-3114 is an animate human skeleton. It stands approximately 1.6 meter tall, another 1.6 meter tall being, and weighs 30 kilograms. Though it has no articulation or connective tissue, its individual bones remain in place as they would in a human body. Individual bones can be pulled out of position but quickly return to the correct position where there's no longer an outside force acting on them. So I guess in the moment you let go, it's just like just reattaches. Though SCP-3114 is made of similar minerals as human bone, it is much denser and stronger, requiring more than 3 times as much force to break. A broken bone will mend, though it takes several weeks for a larger bone. Is this Wolverine's skeleton? There is no current explanation for SCP-3114's ability to move. Its observed range of motion in its joints are similar to a healthy adult female. It is much stronger than a human of comparable size. It is able to lift at least 250 kilograms with one arm and has measured grip strength of 270 kilograms. God damn! It's all the calcium, bro. It's all the calcium. It's all the milk that they drank. Its maximum observed foot speed is 60 kilometers per hour. Jesus. What a strong, fast skeleton woman we have here. SCP-3114, it's a mechanic, it's a woman. Careful now. You are talking to a lady skeleton, okay? Show some respect. SCP-3114 is able to react to visual stimuli with an apparent field of view similar to a human's. However, it does not react to sound or smell. It responds to touch, but it's difficult to test its sensitivity. SCP-3114 has made no attempts to communicate. See entry 16 of the experiment log. It is extremely aggressive and immediately attempts to attack any time it sees a human or other biological humanoid referred to as targets from here on. Okay, so don't get close to it. When it sees a potential target, SCP-3114 will take the quickest, most direct route it can, only avoiding obstacles it cannot push through. Once it reaches a target, it will latch on with its hand and begin squeezing around the throat. God, gee, okay, dude, sorry. Just fucking. You just like. All I want to know is if you want the pizza. I mean, okay, to be fair, asking a skeleton if it wants pizza might actually be very offensive. Once the target has stopped moving, SCP-3114 begins tearing openings in the target's body and pulling out its bones over the course of several hours. Once it has completely removed the target's skeleton, it will attempt to pull the remaining flesh over itself. We had an SCP last weekend that removed your flesh from the bones. But at least that one was like not painful. That one was kind of like your flesh kind of just falls off. This one just give it to me. You know what? You know what I mean? This tears the flesh into multiple parts. Once the body is no longer in one large piece, it loses interest in it. Let me read what Sippy wrote. Holy skeleton tries to wear my skin like a diving suit. I think I almost imagine the skeleton like Leatherface, just having like, you know, different parts of like flesh as a face and just like. When no target is present, SCP-3114 is fairly docile. It explores its enclosure but does not attempt to escape. SCP enrichment objects such as blocks, tires, cardboard boxes, and sticks are provided and replaced at regular intervals. Do you think that this skeleton and Shy Guy could get along? Or do you think they would try to kill each other? I think they would try to kill each other in that way. Because like this skeleton would attack Shy Guy, and the moment her eye sockets would look at his face, he would then attack her back. And then we just have this like weird tumble. Like I feel like though the skeleton would try to like pray Shy Guy's skeleton away for like hours, and there's like no success. When the lights are turned out for the night, SCP-3114 lays down and becomes motionless. Though it resembles sleep, it is still capable of responding to visual stimuli. So if you're in the shadows, just like moving about, and the skeleton like has good eyesight, which I'm not sure how good the eyesight is, with a being that doesn't have any eyes, they would still fucking sit up, dash towards you, and be like, "Give me your skeleton!" Experiment log excerpt entry 3, D1724. A 120 kilogram adult male. Oh, rest in peace. Wait a minute. Yeah, there we go. Rest in peace, D-class. You will be missed. D1724 attempted to run when he saw SCP-3114 approach. When it caught him, he attempted to fight back, but was unable to do appreciable damage to SCP-3114. However, this did agitate SCP-3114 a great deal, and damage to the subject was greater than in other observed cases. Okay, great. So if you try to fight back, it gets more pissed off. SCP-3114 gave up removing the subject's bones partway through when it became clear the subject's body was not intact. The remains were placed in a corner. SCP-3114 placed several sticks and a cardboard box on top of the subject as though burying him. Okay. Entry 5. Store mannequin dressed as a Class D personnel. Here we go. Date. SCP-3114 ran to the subject as expected. However, it stopped several feet away. It stared at it for several minutes, then waved a hand in front of the subject's face. It seemed confused by the lack of facial features. It proceeded to touch the top of the head, tapping it several times before it finally carried it back to its enclosure, where it placed it in a corner. It mimicked its pose several times while standing next to it. It removed the mannequin's clothes and attempted to wear them. However, it was unable to operate the belt and could not keep the pants from falling. After several attempts, it appeared to grow frustrated. It removed the clothes, then threw them and the mannequin into the corner. That's kind of a little bit sad if you think about it. Like, the skeleton's like, oh, let me wear clothes. But because they have no, like, flesh or muscles or fat or anything on them, the clothes just kind of, like, fall through. It's like, oh. And then she tries again. Boom. Oh. Tries again. Boom. Fuck! Just tosses the mannequin. Entry 6. Female gorilla. Ooh. Uh-oh. Poor gorilla. Why do I have to think of number 5 of from the Umbrella Academy? I have not watched the Umbrella Academy, so I can't relate. But date. SCP-3114 approached the subject but did not become aggressive until the subject stood up. SCP-3114 proceeded to engage in its typical behavior. However, the gorilla was able to break SCP-3114's left ulna before it expired. Oh, okay, but the gorilla still expired. SCP-3114 was unable to fit itself into the subject's body, giving up after the body was no longer intact. It was buried in the corner as with previous subjects. This was a female gorilla, and now we have the male gorilla who... Let's see if they can have a bit of a better fight. Entry 9, male border... Oh wait, oh sorry, no. This is a border collie, never mind. I just saw male. But okay, male border collie. I don't think she's gonna... Let's hope. Let's hope she doesn't think that a border collie on 2 legs is humanoid. Date. SCP-3114 approached the subject cautiously. He examined it with its finger and seemed surprised when the dog licked it. It interacted with the dog for 2 hours, becoming visibly more excited. It appeared to be engaging in play behavior. It wrestled with the dog without harming it and threw sticks for it. At one point, oh no. The dog attempted to bite SCP-3114's lower left leg, at which point 3114 struck it sharply, frightening the subject. However, neither appeared to have been seriously harmed, and both returned to their play. The subject was removed from the enclosure without incident. Oh, my God. Oh, sweet Lord. SCP-3114 stood at the exit for several hours after the subject was removed, striking the wall repeatedly. However, it did not use enough force to cause damage to its enclosure, so she misses the dog. I'm not sure if I can do this as a thumbnail. I will try my best. Entry 13. Human cadaver, female, 55 kilograms, 2 days after death. SCP-3114 reacted as it would to a live human, including an attempt to crush its throat for several minutes. Otherwise, I didn't go to tests with similarly sized live subjects. I don't know, the idea of choking out a corpse is pretty gruesome, I would say. Zippy, don't spoil the show for me. What are you doing? What are you doing, girl? Milady, what the hell, bruh? No spoiler. Ah, okay. Good. Are you willing to like rewatch it when you come visit? Because I'm down. I'm down to watch it. I think I'm not sure if we talked about it. Because I suck with TV shows, like watching TV shows. Because with TV shows I need somebody there to watch it with me. With movies and anime, that's fine. I can watch it by myself. For TV shows, I specifically need a friend to watch it with me. Otherwise, I'm kind of like, no. Human skeleton articulated for teaching. By the way, wouldn't it be chilly? Definitely, that tile is only there because she's a skeleton. You know how like sometimes you go outside and then your parents or your friend or somebody looks at you and you barely wear enough clothing and you're like, are you okay? So you're like, yeah, I'll be fine like this. It's like, won't you be cold? Wouldn't it be too chilly for you? And you're like, nah, it's all good. In this case, it is too chilly. She don't like the chilly. She wants the warmy. She wants the warmth. Date. SCP-3114 approached the subject rapidly but did not attack. Instead, it examined the subject for several minutes, then began to prod it. When this elicited no response, it ran its hand along the top of the subject's head, and then carefully removed the subject from its stand and carried it back to its enclosure. It cradled the subject for several hours. It then put the subject in the same position it takes during sleep periods. Well, it cradled it, okay. So it's just like, held in his arm, it's just like, rock-a-bye, baby, rock-a-bye. Entry 16, human cadaver, male, 145 kilograms, 1 hour after death. Date. Subject reacted as in log entry 13, yeah. However, it was able to keep the body intact while it placed itself inside. Here we go. It walked up to it and began to attempt interaction. Wait. It walked around its enclosure for an hour while wearing the subject. When the projection was shown to clean the enclosure, SCP-3114 did not attempt to attack the projection. Instead, it walked up to it and began to attempt interaction. D4843, an adult male, was placed in the enclosure. When SCP-3114 approached, he attempted to escape. SCP-3114 grabbed him but did so gently. He continued to try interacting with him, taking his hand and placing it on his face, trying to ape his movements, and embracing him. He reacted negatively to all interactions. After 3 hours, D4843 was removed from the enclosure. SCP-3114 waited for several minutes at the door, and it tore the subject off of itself. It kicked the remains into a corner, then laid down next to the subject of entry 14. It did not move for 3 days, at which point it resumed its normal behavior. So, I had a feeling this would have a sad ending. I had a feeling. Basically, the skeleton wants a body. But not only because, you know, you could maybe argue maybe the skeleton is partly cold, but also in the same time, it wants you to look at her with a human skin. It wants to be part of us. Wow, it got a friend. Not really. It literally said that the D class hated everything and then walked away, and then the skeleton ripped the skin off. It did not get a friend. But yeah, the skeleton definitely wanted to like be seen as human. And wanted to like, yeah, it's just like it wanted to have human interaction and wanted to like feel. Now my question is, even the moment it successfully has gotten a skin over it, did it actually feel anything? Like if the moment you did like you high-fived her, does she feel the high five? Because we know that like her skeletal body was able to like sense stuff with things, but like can she talk now? Can she smell? Can she hear? I guess she was able to hear before, maybe as well. We don't know. I think it tries to feel through other people's skin. Maybe, yeah. Cause like, yeah, because you're right. Because she took the D class's hand and then was like placing it on her face, and also like hugged. So I feel like you might be having a point that it's trying to sense the sense that it's trying to gain sensors that we have. As the Foundation has said, there is a chance that she has that she can feel things, but she cannot smell, she cannot taste, she cannot potentially not hear. So I think it's a mixture of like she wants to gain our senses, but also she wants to be seen as a human being. I meant the human scale. Oh, yeah, that, yes. Yeah, then the skeleton, she made a frame with another skeleton. That's true. That's true. I read after right after the D class ran out, so I was like, that's not a friend. But yeah, you're right.